South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
But when you speak about personal traumas, how did you deal with them?
And my parents went through an ugly breakup, and it was all in the news. That time it was a big taboo, and it was very embarrassing. Right now, it's a little more normalized.
Whatever you read, whatever you like, it's never like bothered you.
No, I don't believe it, because so much is written about me. For the last 10 years, I've been in tabloids for the wrong reasons.
How are you as a person when you go through a heartbreak?
I'm terrible. Terrible. Stay away from me. So I feel like you go through the lows and you reach rock bottom, and then the only way is up if you can come out.
All your paparazzi videos, you dancing videos,
The viral
everything.
videos
Yeah. That's why I thought that you are the extroverted one.
Really thought that I could do it, or even today they think that I can't do it, because I don't look like a typical hero, and you know what, they have the silhouette. They were masala films, like at least the first two that I named, and I really found a kind of escapism in that. SRK movies in the early 2000s, most significantly it was Main Hoon Na, I think, and Om Shanti Om, that really were like life-changing for me. We see all people around us who had so much negativity. People begin to love them, no?
For the last few months, I had been trying to speak to him and tell him that let's sit down for a conversation. And finally, I have Veer join me for a conversation only on Galatta, India. And well, the table is set for two of us. It's called Table for Two.
Oh wow.
And everybody's read a lot about you. But my whole intent, and I'll be very honest with the audience as well, that they know only a part of you, but I don't think that they know you. So my whole intent would be that over the next 30 minutes, we get to know who you are and how you are as a person. So welcoming you to the show, and thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Nayan. It's a pleasure. I really wanted to do this, and I've been seeing your interviews for like the last 5-6 years that you've been doing it. And yeah, it's honestly a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Listen, I have been told by people that although you have this, like, you are coming up with a very serious film, but you are completely the opposite. You are like, I'm going to start off with what I've heard, that you are a Bollywood ka Kira. You are a Bollywood encyclopedia who knows everything about every movie. You have been watching, like, you've been a cinema buff and a cinemaphile for like the longest time.
I think so. Like, this is the only thing that I really enjoyed in life, which gave me peace, gave me happiness. And I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. So I found my friends in the characters that I watched, like many films, like, and I picked up things from there.
Like?
I don't know, little bit I thought I was Radhe Mohan from Tere Naam, little bit I used to think I was Ayan from Ye Dil Hai Mushkil, little bit I was Jordan, little bit I was, I don't know, Rahul from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. And I used to pick things like that up, and then like that's what I found happiness in.
But you said, abhi aapne bola ki you didn't have so many friends growing up. Kyun? Why?
I don't know, मैं हूँ थोड़ा shy, मैं हूँ introverted. I would like to believe that I did this because I chose a public career and I put myself out there, और मैंने अपने आप को बहुत साइक किया और तैयार किया इसके लिए. पर मैं वैसे हूँ अकेला आदमी, मतलब I like my time alone. And
ऐसे ही हो बचपन से.
हाँ.
So, a lot of these people who say that, a lot of these actors who actually are introverted, they open up in front of the camera like nothing that their personality is like. Are you also the same?
I believe so. मुझे लगता है कि like जब मैं स्टेज पे जाता हूँ या मैं कैमरा के सामने हूँ, तो वहीं पे मैं जो हूँ वो बाहर आता है. नहीं तो मैं बहुत चुपचाप रहता हूँ. हाँ, शांत.
बचपन से.
हाँ.
So you and your brother, both are similar in that approach, or are you guys like different?
Very different. He's fully extroverted.
What? Yeah. And I am shocked because I used to feel you are extroverted and he's introverted.
No.
I swear, I actually used to think it's the opposite.
No, he's not good with social media, so he doesn't really put himself out there, and also it's not his line of work. But I think in social media it's the opposite. But in real life, if you meet him, he'll talk way more. He'll be more extroverted. I'm still like, okay, I'm shy and all that.
But bachpan se, what are your film memories? Do you remember like the first film you watched? When did you think कि you will become this actor? वो होता है ना एक बचपन में कि एक जज्बा होता है कि नहीं मुझे करना है. And then you suddenly feel like this is that moment which made you believe that no, I can become an actor.
तो बचपन में मैंने शामक डावर ज्वाइन किया था, और वहाँ से वो स्टेज पे रखते हैं आपको, और बहुत यंग उम्र में आप देखते हैं आपके पेरेंट्स और उनके दोस्त आते हैं, तो वहाँ पे अपना एक जो फियर होता है स्टेज का वो चले जाता है. वहाँ पे हमने बहुत से बॉलीवुड गाने करे. Let's eat.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you like eating?
Listen, I'm going to fully Indianize this croissant and I'm going to have it like
absolutely. Please do it.
Roti sabzi. I don't know what is it.
That's goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
I've been told goat cheese.
Very good time.
Chalo. So yeah, you were saying.
Fear of
stage
went because of Shamak Davar. And I'm really grateful for that. After that, I used to do performance stage in school and all that. But it was really, I think the SRK movies in the early 2000s, most significantly, it was Main Hoon Na, I think, and Om Shanti Om, that really were like life-changing for me. Because I read, and you know, there also he's playing an army man and all that. Major Ram.
Yeah, actually.
Major Ram. And then Veer Zara, of course. वो तो कुछ और ही है. Veer and Air Force and you know now it's surreal.
But you've always had that inclination.
I prefer like
towards these characters basically.
Yeah, I think like they were masala films, like at least the first two that I named, and I really found a kind of escapism in that. Of course, like growing up was very difficult. Like there were like some personal traumas and all I was going through. So I just thought like I really found happiness in that, and I also moved a lot of cities. So I didn't have too many friends because I kept changing schools. So I really enjoyed films.
You know, I'm going to ask you this. You can choose to not answer. But when you speak about personal traumas, how did you deal with them? Because you are saying that you're introverted. I'm not going to get into details of what happened because it might be personal. But everybody has a different defense mechanism in dealing life's issues, right? And especially people who can't express themselves so well, they bottle up emotions. Are you that person? How did you deal with it at that point? And how old were you?
I think I was 7. And my parents went through an ugly breakup and it was all in the news. So right now it's a little more, what do I say, normalized.
Yeah.
Like
that time it was not.
That time it was a big taboo and it was very embarrassing for me and my brother when we were in school. So that is something that really took a toll. It broke my heart. So my only escape was really like performing and like having my own voice, and like I enjoyed music. I used to play the piano. I'm a self-taught piano player, and yeah, and I liked singing and music and movies. And, yeah,
I would have come to it, but theek hai bol diya, very nice. You have always been like a performer.
Yeah.
By that logic, right? Did you find solace in performances? When you are going through something, when you are bottling those emotions, did you find like that is an outlet to everything that you are doing?
It is for sure. It is. I love creating something new and like trying to like better myself every day. I feel like if you're doing 10 audition tapes, 9 will be shit, 1 will be magic. Same That's like true. A painting, same like a song. So that is a process that we have to go through as artists, I feel.
But when you're talking about, you know, that time, you had a brother. Are you the older one or are you the younger one? Because that's a confusion that I also want you to clear.
I'm 2 years older.
You are 2 years older. Now let me tell you that I thought you're the younger one. I thought you are the younger brother. I thought you are the more extroverted one. Because I have an older brother who's 10 years older to me, and I used to feel like, oh, older brothers are supposed to, like, they are usually like that little calm. Of course, now you've proved it that you're the older one and you're calm. But I used to think like that. So you're 2 years older than him. So did you also feel a sense of protectiveness because you're the older brother also and things were going through? And you were only 8.
Yeah.
He must be 6.
Yeah. So I think we were one team then and we're one team now. And I think he was the only one who knew what I was going through. So on that front, we were very, very close. And we also moved cities together. So we went through similar experiences at the same age, like close to each. So we were best friends,
Yeah. But school में पढ़ाई में कैसे थे?
ठीक था, मैं fail तो नहीं हुआ, but I studied, I'm educated. I have a college degree.
Do you feel, now I'm going to ask you this, okay? I would have come to it much later. Do you feel that usually जब आज के ज़माने में newcomers आते हैं और जिनके बारे में थोड़ा बात already हो चुका होता है या people who know them, okay, because of paparazzi culture and all of that, do you feel that the audience is always thinking and coming in with preconceived notions about their personalities? It's not about your acting only. It's also about your personalities. That, oh, you know, he must not have studied this well, or ऐसा होता है, and you must be reading a lot of it. Does that ever get to you?
I mean, see, at the end of the day, they are in public life and they put themselves on a pedestal, so people will judge. लोग हज़ार चीज़ें बोलेंगे, तुम्हें अपना काम करना है और तुम्हें आगे बढ़ना है. और हुई बात ये to if you want to say about them coming out and people saying that they are not educated or they have a certain personality, only time will tell, yaar, I feel.
But it's never got into you, like whatever you read, whatever you like, it's never like bothered you.
No, I don't believe it, because so much is written about me. For the last 10 years I've been in tabloids for the wrong reasons. And I'm with this, that I never confirmed anything, neither did they. So why are we pulled into this? And then then I have my relatives and all, and none of us have ever been public figures, so it's very new for us to come on, like media pages and all that. But it's been going on for 10 years. I was like, ठीक है यार, देखी जाएगी, जब टाइम होगा बोलेंगे.
Today you're 30 then.
29,
right? So you're 29, you're saying for the last 10 years, so 19, 20, which are formative years when you saw yourself in tabloids. Tabhi you didn't get bothered, like when it hit you like a hurricane in the beginning, you never like thought about it? Did you ever like pick up the phone and or ask people why is this happening?
My parents, I was a little embarrassed that they are having to read this, but then I told them, and they know everything about me. I'm very, very vocal with them, so they knew, and I didn't really care about what anyone else thought.
I've been told that you understand a lot about cinema, and I'm gonna say this out a lot, that the moment I entered and we are meeting for the first time, and the first things that you spoke about are sound design, okay, production design, which not many actors your age, and I'm saying this out a lot, it's not that they need to know, but they don't know. They don't come with that knowledge. You've taken your time to debut, right?
Yeah.
So did you study films from a very filmmaker's perspective before actually stepping onto the industry and stepping into the industry?
So I think सबसे पहले तो इस फील्ड में एक तजुर्बा, एक अनुभव लेना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो मैंने अपने आप को तैयार करने के लिए, मैं 17 साल का था जब मैंने अपने पहले सेट पे काम किया एज एन इंटर्न, और एक पिक्चर थी अलोन.
Yeah. Oh, I know Bipasha Basu, right? Yeah.
तो वो मैंने करी थी समर हॉलिडे में, और उसके बाद मैं आया, फिर एक दूसरी फिल्म करी मैंने, और फिर मैं कॉलेज में अपनी डिग्री कंप्लीट कर रहा था, तो मैंने बिजनेस और फाइनेंस ड्यूल डिग्री करी है, और तभी मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल था. उसमें मैंने जो सीखा है ना, जो सब उसी से सीखा है. स्टेज पे आना, परफॉर्म करना, हम खुद गाने लिखते थे, गाने बनाते थे, शूट करते थे, एडिट करते थे और डब करते थे. तो उसमें मैं थोड़ी समझ आने लगी जो फिल्म मेकिंग की है. एंड आफ्टर दैट, जैसे कॉलेज ख़त्म हुआ, मेरा पहला जॉब था बाजार, जो एक फिल्म थी.
या सैफ अली खान.
राइट. तो उस फिल्म पे मैं आई वर्कड ऑन दैट फिल्म इन द प्रोडक्शन, एज अ प्रोडक्शन, इन द प्रोडक्शन टीम एंड इन द डायरेक्शन टीम, and did the clap and all over there. So after that I did a little bit of pre-production of Satyamev, and then I took a break. I directed a live show and used to perform in that.
Oh wow. So for your YouTube channel?
No, I had a gaming app, so on that I used to do it. What that taught me was everything is getting edited in real time, like sports streaming.
Oh wow.
तो that gave me confidence कि stage पे कैसे जाना है, host कैसे करना है, वो सब चीज़ें सीखी. And then of course I did Bhediya, and then that's how I kind of, through the time when I auditioned and I got more season in front of the camera. I'm still learning. I'm not saying that I know anything. Every day I'm learning. Today with you, I'm learning so much.
But Veer, I want to tell you this, that when I meet, you and I are almost similar age.
Right.
I'm a little older than you, of course. It's sad, but yeah, it is the truth. But
young at heart.
I feel like there are many people from the younger generation who are a little younger than both of us as well. They come with a sense of pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
But that pedigree is in a way which changes their authenticity. Sometimes today's newcomers are pretending or playing to an image which possibly they are not, right? How do you manage to stay away from it? Like when you are debuting right now, how do you plan to like not let that noise get to you and not let that chatter ki aisa karna hai, and how do you put it that no, main aisa hu to mujhe aisa hi karna hai? Do you do that?
Honestly, Nayan, जब मैंने ये सपना देखा था कि मुझे एक्टर बनना था, तो मैंने भी बोला था कि नहीं, मैं इस तरह का होऊंगा, यही करूँगा और ऐसा ही होऊंगा, अपने काम से बात करूँगा, ये सब. पर जब कोविड हुआ ना, तो फिर अंदर ही अंदर बहुत इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करने लगा मैं, और फिर मैंने डिसाइड किया कि अगर आना है तो तूफ़ान लेके आना है, और उसके लिए जो भी मेरे आइकॉन्स रहे, एक आइडल्स रहे, भले वो एक्टिंग इंडस्ट्री में हो या ग्रेट डायरेक्टर्स हो या म्यूज़िक इंडस्ट्री में हो या फैशन इंडस्ट्री में, जो भी है आर्टिस्ट, वो सबकी एक यूनिक आवाज़ है, वो किसी को कॉपी नहीं करते, राइट?
दैट्स ट्रू.
तो अगर मैं अपने आप को यहाँ नहीं ले आऊँगा तो ऑलरेडी रणवीर सिंह है, रणबीर कपूर है, शाहरुख खान है, सलमान खान है, वो अलग क्यों है? क्योंकि सब एक दूसरे से अलग है. तो वो जो ऑथेंटिसिटी है, जो एक आवाज़ है, वो आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई बिलीव दैट one can bring to the table.
I think we should eat.
Yeah, let's.
Which sandwich do you want to eat? Actually, you are not eating the
I'm
sandwich.
eating the croissant. I'm enjoying the roti sabzi.
But usually tell me something. What do you eat at home? Like, what is it that you eat at home?
Depends on what I'm doing and where I am.
Okay.
If I'm not in Bombay, I eat everything.
Everything.
I love to eat. Don't go by my body. I love to eat, and I can out eat anybody.
How much have you eaten? Like, give me a rough estimate, like an episode.
Smashed 14-15 dosas, yeah. And I have a sweet tooth, so I can have Nutella ka jars by itself.
I just saw you didn't have cake.
No, that's because we were doing this. After this, I'll do, because मैं एकदम relax और उसमें चले जाऊँगा एकदम trance में.
But you are on a particular diet. Like, what do you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner? What is your usual day like?
For this film, I was on a particular diet because I had to play a fighter pilot. I got the experience of being with many fighter pilots through India, and we went to 4 bases: Pathankot, Gwalior, the Delhi Air Force headquarters, and Loegaon, and Suratgarh, of course, in Rajasthan. So there I saw most of them have very less body fat, क्योंकि cockpit जो होता है ना, वो इतना सा होता है, तो you can't be muscular like you are playing a super soldier or you're playing like any kind of like spy or something like that, because that can be more heroic. But here it's you riding a horse, which is the plane, so you have to get that physicality. So for that I stayed very lean. I had to maintain 6% body fat. I kept abs 6-pack for year and a half. Barely ate, man.
What did you eat that time? I want to know.
Eggs and veggies.
Pura din.
I don't have supplements, and also I had that only.
So you work out also?
Yeah, once a day. 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay. Now you have to tell me, like, when you are not working on a film like this, which needs you to keep up with a certain body prototype,
right?
What is your usual food like in a day? What is it? Do you cook?
I can cook like eggs and stuff.
What do you cook usually?
मतलब I eat boiled eggs only. I eat boiled eggs. I eat omelette. Yeah.
बेचारा.
Simple. जिंदा रहने के लिए मैं खाना बना सकता हूँ.
जिंदा रहने के लिए. Otherwise you don't like cooking. घर पे ऐसा क्या बनता है जो you enjoy the most? Like एक special dish तो होगी ना कुछ जो जिसमें लगता होगा कि this is what I love eating, and this, like yesterday I met Rasha and she was talking about doda. Is there something called doda roti which is like
Rasha loves Domino's.
But उसने डोडा खाया है हमारे इंटरव्यू में.
डोडा क्या होता है?
डोडा is some roti with bajra and something which she told me. It's a Sindhi thing. And उसमें भी चूही की तरह खाई है, चूहिया whatever is called. वो ant की तरह इतना ले लेके. So she's like, no, I eat only this now. What do you eat at home?
I live alone now, so now it's very different. So you asked that question, but whenever my mom cooks, whatever she makes, I eat.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, actually nice.
Yeah.
खाना खाते खाते इंटरव्यू करने में थोड़ा सही होता है. Sorry. I'm looking there, not in my camera. I'm looking there though. But when you talk about your movie, I know everybody must have asked you, how was it working with Akshay Kumar? But I'm gonna just ask you one thing. When you work with him, you are not just working on a film. You have to be very disciplined. Because as a person, as a media person, I'm gonna give you an example. What happened with us. When we do his interviews, there was a time, I think Mission Mangal was the movie releasing. The interview was at 7 a.m. I've woken up frantically at 5:30 knowing that I'm a nocturnal person. I'm like, I can't be late. And he was there at 6:45. And I was like, what does he do to people when he's on the set? How was it like living up to that kind of discipline? Especially because you're playing a soldier, like, Air Force pilot. And the discipline is a huge part of that job and that profession anyway. So,
I think a year before our film, I was, Dinu sir told me that Akshay sir is going to be playing this character. So I psyched myself और मैं बहुत prepared गया. और मैंने सबसे पहले बॉडी वेट ट्रेनिंग सीखी जो वो करते हैं, और फिर मैं सुबह उठने लगा और शाम को जल्दी सोने लगा. पर शूट हमारा तो ऐसा था, तो देन बॉडी क्लॉक फिक्स हो ही जाती है. पर वो मैं काफ़ी घबराया हुआ था जब मैं उनसे पहले मिला और जब हमने शूट शुरू करी. पर आई थिंक वो इतनी ईजी आदमी है. ही इज सो ईजी यार. ही इज सो what do I say, so supportive. He's like so secure यार. Look at what's happening, and he's like a newcomer who's hungry every single day.
That's true.
To be his better version,
So you want to cut an album someday?
Yeah, soon. Next.
Oh wow. So yeah, you were talking about Maddox. Maddox, primarily a lot of movies have actually worked a lot because of the music as well. Like if you look at the music of any movie last year from Maddox, I feel, and they have launched a series of films, and I told them that it's going to be Maddox domination. Actually, the way they have planned it. So what was the reaction that you had when they told you? When was that moment?
I think firstly I'll tell you, Dinu sir and I have music in common. A lot of people don't know, but I'll tell you, I've personally seen the guy is a genius. Okay, he sits on all his music sessions. He has a lot of input in lyrics also, and in the thought of the song and the music production. He understands everything like a musician. I think Gina Gina is the only song which he's got lyrics credit for. But
yeah,
that one he has. But I think it was music, and it was the common love for music and all kind of music that we got along on. I met him actually after Bhediya. I got to spend time with him on music because I had pitched my music to him, and I think he really liked one song of mine which I will get out soon. I wrote that during COVID. It's a Heartbreak song. And
why?
Why? Matlab, now it's some people like genres. I really like the Heartbreak genre.
You like the Heartbreak genre?
I love it.
How are you as a person when you go through a heartbreak?
I'm terrible. Terrible. Stay away from me.
Why? What's the worst thing you've done?
Being destructive, yeah.
Destructive?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Means, of course, any kind of heartbreak is not good, right? Like, it's, you lose yourself in it, you lose, what do you say? You start feeling you're not good enough, and it's the worst feeling to feel, So I feel like you go through the lows and you reach rock bottom, and then the only way is up if you can come out of it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You can choose not to answer this. Because you've seen that when you speak about your mom and dad. Do you feel that somewhere down the line you also have that fear of losing a person when you go through heartbreak, or when you sense that there could be a possible breakup? Does that play on your mind ever? I'm asking you because I know of friends who told me that.
Wow, I feel like I'm in therapy now.
Sorry. But it's a good thing. I want to ask you.
Yeah. No, yeah. I have a lot of love to give. Yeah. I have a big heart. I give easily. So I don't think like you should think this is it and abhi now mere ko trauma hai, abhi koi nahi hoga. It's fine. That's life.
Sometimes givers have to draw limits.
Otherwise, because the takers have none.
None. Exactly.
I heard that one.
Did you face that in life?
No, yeah. Life is too short, yeah. I've lost so many people in my life, and I realized that the only thing stays is their good nature and being a good person. So what is the point if you keep things for yourself and you take all the money away and you take all the good things away and you don't have things to give to people? What will people take back? What impression will you leave in the world?
Yeah. But when you're talking about music that you are making, which is a heartbreak song, do you plan to like release? Do you already have a series of things planned up?
Yeah, I have a bank. I've been making music since I was 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you releasing any?
How do I say this? I always wanted to like come out in films before I did everything, because I think that gives you a market. Hopefully in our industry, they will start accepting singers before actors, but that is more in Punjab. You see all the singers are big acting superstars there.
That's true.
But I don't think it's so much in our industry. So I had that little vehem in my head. But I will get it out, of course.
Listen, I just feel like sometimes too many more such things, because no matter who you are or where you come from, you will always be your parents' biggest dream.
Yeah.
And that is good that you realize it, because now having this conversation for the last 20 minutes, I've spoken to you, I've seen a lot of you. So there's a vibe that you already understand when you see somebody over videos also. I've spoken to you.
Which videos are you talking about?
All videos. All your paparazzi videos, you dancing videos,
the
everything.
Viral videos
Yeah. That's why I thought that you are the extroverted one, to be very honest.
No, yeah, I
I'm
didn't know
like,
the cameras
oh
were
God,
rolling.
he's full at it. So that's why. Now my point is that a lot of misconceptions also happen, right? When you come from a legacy, there will always be questions, right? How do you plan to break it? Because people who already have that misconception about you, especially if it's a negative misconception, it's very difficult to break that. Do you already have that in your head, and how do you plan to, like, maneuver through all of that?
So, Nan, first thing, I think it was a very difficult and brave step to get out of my family's legacy and do something on my own. I don't think no one in my family is an artist. So, like yourself, I'm sure you also face these challenges.
Absolutely.
If you had to get out of like your family and coming in front of the media and getting into this industry. So that is the first challenge. But people will say what they have to say. I know that this life is mine, and I want to play the main character in it. And eventually, we see all people around us who had so much negativity. People begin to love them, no?
And look at your name. I think it's the perfect combination, that your name and the movie, I feel. Like, your first film is actually reflection of your name in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it's karmic in a way?
I feel two things, man. Like, I thought of it today. Firstly, the character is very similar to what I am. Like, I would say I'm an underdog because I don't think a lot of people really thought that I could do it. Or even today, they think that I can't do it. Because I don't look like a typical hero, and what they have, the silhouette of a leading man in the industry. But I feel times are changing, and I think that is my superpower, that I don't look like them.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring new things here and do new stuff. And I think talking about your other question about karmic, it's surreal, man. It's surreal. It's like, I grew up, like I told you, watching Veer Zara, Air Force pilot. His name is Veer.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy.
You spoke about closure.
Yeah.
How do you deal with situations when you don't get closure? It can be professional or personal.
It's very bad. Yeah.
Of course, it is very bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Not a good place to be in.
Have you been in that space ever?
Of course, we all have. That they don't tell you that you are, they tell you you're in this film, for example, and then you get replaced and you read in the press.
That has happened to you?
Of course.
Which film?
I can't name.
That you already were locked?
Yeah.
This is how many years ago?
Few years ago.
Few years ago. We'll do. अब है ना हमारा पूरा social media है, कहीं कहीं से कुदेर के निकालेंगे. But did that hurt you that time? Because that was of course gonna be your first.
It killed me. I was miserable. I went to Mahakal and all. I was like, yeah, I need to.
That's your defense?
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite place on earth.
Spiritual that way.
No, only Ujjain. I love it.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was amazing.
South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.